Hello, nobody. Tonight I decided I will have the meeting with myself because it looks like I'm the only one here. So I will be asking the question and I will answer myself, and pretty soon they're going to come and take me away because they say this guy is having a live stream for himself. So the first question that I have, Mr. Mehran, by the way, I'm almost 65, Canada. Hello, Kevin. How are you? Yes, I did. Where the heck was your ears when I was talking about that night? I said 9 o'clock, right? Don't you remember? Should I bring the evidence back? Like, should I replay last time's? I said Saturday, 1 p.m. and then 9 p.m., right? You guys the first ones who knew what time it will be tonight. But it looks like it's only... I was just actually conducting the interview by myself. And... yeah, maybe, but the ones who were here, we had so many people last time when I announced that there will be only one day on Saturdays. And I guess because for the past few nights we didn't have it, they think we don't have it because we didn't advertise. I was just hoping that they'll remember. The earlier on today, everybody remembered we had good crowd. But I guess people forgot that Saturday night I have one for them at 9 p.m. I announced it several times then when we were deciding to cut off the night ones. Yeah, this must be 11, yeah, for Tennessee, is it? You guys are 2 hours ahead, right? Yeah, because if I don't know if you remember, were you there when we were talking about these things? I think you were. I said 8 o'clock, you know, I said 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Vancouver time is for North America and Europe. Then 8 o'clock, it's 8:30 in the morning in India. So it's kind of too early. So I put it 9, so it'll be 9:30 on their Sunday. So they get a chance to join us. But it's all right. You know, we will have what we will have. And if not, then we'll maybe promote it a little bit. And we'll see. I was busy during the week, so I never really got a chance to promote it. So, and if I knew nobody is showing up, like they wouldn't remember it's 9 o'clock, I would have loved to go biking tonight. It's fresh, still light, and I got a new bike. I can't wait till I ride it. Hello, Leo. Leo 27, Seattle, Washington. Hello, Mehran. I remember what you said. There we go. That's my boy, Gavin. Leo remembers what I said. Ah, because you were busy enjoying your tea, and you missed the 9 o'clock. Well, Leo remembers. I have a witness. And I have the recording. Bloody hell. I can bring the recording. Just go back to last, what was it? Tuesday was our last evening that we had a live stream. I said it there. Wow. Anyhow, how you guys been? Hope you've been okay. There are 3 people here. Only 1 like. And 2 of them are right here. Which one of you lazy asses haven't clicked on like? Is that you, Leo? Kevin? Just because we have Saturdays, it doesn't mean it's not here, you know. Yeah, I can't wait to go riding. I have It's nice and fresh evening. I'm charging up my the light battery. Ah, you, yeah, that's all right. You're in good company. There are four other people and only one has. So there's three more. Now you did it. Two more who hasn't. Thank you. Thank you, Leo. I appreciate that. It's kind of damp. Not damp, but kind of. Gavin got me riled up, so. Because he said, no, you didn't. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. No, yes, I did. Damn it. Well, we lost two. We lost two. Well, Gavin, probably they they were like you having their tea. They didn't pay attention because I guess this is actually Gavin. See, now you looked for it, you found it, or you were expecting it, or you were hoping for it, but you found it. Like you were interested about it. Leo found it. But if there's a live stream that I have to run around to encourage people to show up, that means it's not needed. It's not necessary. Otherwise, people would be lining up waiting for it. Adam is trying to log on, but apparently it doesn't. Oh, there he is. Oh, good. Oh, there you are. I just responded on Skype. Good to see you here. Yeah, it's pretty private. There's only three of us here. I guess people forgot that maybe for the past few days we didn't have evenings, and they completely forgot. And because I mean, they forgot the whole thing, let alone remembering it's changed to 9 o'clock. How you doing, Adam? Good to see you here. Feeling better? Gavin says maybe do once a week during the day and post more videos instead doing more live talks. Yeah, probably. Well, I just will do maybe 1 o'clock on Saturdays and no more evenings. Obviously, because look, nobody even remembered, only us. So, which that is a hint on marketing that it's not that critical. So we'll just I focus on the videos. Yeah, I'm glad that you could connect. Carpe diem. It's such a fresh weather out here right now. It's not cold. It's just not rainy, but rainy-ish. But really fresh. Yeah, I can't wait till I ride my new bike. I was just fiddling with it and charging up the light for it. And it's nice. I got a gift from my son today. And it's an amazing bike. Ah, nice tea. My goodness, Adam, you just got here and you're helping the channel with $20 super chat we have. And Adam says, for better days and expansion of channel, I really enjoy your live chats. Well, I'm delighted, Adam, that you enjoy it, and I hope that we can get bigger and bigger on this channel and actually have a real populated live stream and get lots of questions of different kind, and I can trim them as one video and we could enhance our library. Last night I was walking by the shore as usual. I mean, it was a few nights I hadn't done it because we went to biking 3-4 days ago, and it took a lot out of me, so I was recovering. But last night I went for a walk, and it was very fruitful because I really get into the zone when I'm walking by myself late at night. And I was focusing on thoughts, the origins, and I came to a very interesting observation, which I made a short voice recording on what I wanted to say before I forget. And now I probably will turn it into just put a picture of something there and then have the recording so it can be a video so I can upload it. I think it's an interesting, very interesting, in my opinion, in regards to the origin of thought. As we've already discussed it, what the origin of thought is in many of the videos, especially on the video that what is thinking, what are thoughts, and also in video number 11 in the intrusive, transient OCD HOCD negative thought playlist, which I have about 40-50 videos in regards to HOCD, understanding it and how to manage it and how to see what the heck it's all about. 20 of those videos have numbers, and number 11 actually talks about where thoughts come from and its relationship with the consciousness, thought and consciousness. So we know where thoughts come from, but I believe last night I went one step further in regards to that topic. And so I hope to be able to produce that little video from still, because I have no picture for it. I just put a picture and maybe add the sound to it from the recording, and maybe we'll have something. It's about maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, not too long. But anyhow, but thank you very much for helping the channel, Adam, as usual, as usual. And tonight it looks like that we're just going to be that, 4 of us. The fifth one, 1, 2, 3. No, there are 3 of us here with 3 likes. There are 5 people watching, and those 5 people are incognito. We don't bite. Come on in. We need customers tonight. We've got people have forgot that we have a live talk tonight. That's how popular we are, don't you know? Oh, you know what? I should have put 9 p.m. here instead of 8 p.m. Even I thought 8 p.m. when I was changing the title here. I've unlisted all the 500, or at least a bunch of you, all the 500 live streamings because it was cluttering the whole channel's videos, and the individual videos were not being seen. It was all because it was all live talks. So it was kind of maybe discouraging for people to come in and can't find videos. It's all same title, it's all same, and it's 2-3 hours, so they don't know really what they're getting. So I've unlisted them, other than a few live talks that are there. But I think I will list them back on for join button for the people who have joined, and so they can at least have access to. So we have something special to give people who will join and help the channel that way. And at the same time, you know, they'll be useful because there's so many good stuff in there. But it's for people who want to have a kind of a podcast type thing, doing their thing and listening to it, or driving and listening to it, so it'll be accessible to them. And Carpe Diem says, how can you overcome the emotional heaviness of seeing your family's health get down the hill? Oh yeah, it's a very good question. It's something that I struggle with it too, because I mean everybody does, because you see your parents getting older and you find yourself helpless, yet as the characteristics of human being, which we want to be helpful, and we feel selfish if we don't, especially if they're our parents, because all remember that they've helped us. Now they're old and we kind of can't help them because we're not doctors. And even if we were, there could have been possibly limits to what technology today can do, or for whatever reason, not as readily available or possible as we hoped for. So that kind of gets to us, kind of gives you a feeling of something is wrong. And nothing worse than, you know, when you know something is wrong, but you can't do anything about it. So in that way, we hope for and trying to focus on doing everything that we're supposed to be doing as best as we can for them, and hope that there would be some changes to the positive come along and made for them. But at the same time, at one point, you got to, I mean, we all got to face the fact that we are not gods. We have been given the emotions and the feeling of guilt and responsibility, but we haven't been given the power to actually remedy and fix things. So I, at one point in my life, I came to the conclusion, because I was going through guilt and sadness that I can't help, I can't do anything, I can't this and that, or not just parents, because that's just recent. People around the world, I would be suffering for the people around the world who are suffering, who don't have medicine, who are cold or uncomfortable, not enough food, not medicine. Kids don't feel safe, women don't feel safe, all kinds of older people around the world, they don't have comfort, they don't have convenience. All of that was actually making me suffer as I was feeling it for them. And it was hard, it was too much, it was getting heavy. And eventually I came to the conclusion that I'm not God. If God is out there, he has the power, or she has the power, whatever the God is, has the power. I don't. So my expectations of me being able to do certain things that I hope to be able to do should be limited to my authority, to my powers. So I said, if I haven't been given the powers to remedy things that I want to remedy, I wouldn't feel responsible or that I have to do something about it, because I simply can't. And if I want to do something and I can't, I haven't been given the power, but I've been given the emotion to suffer for it's not being right, that's not fair. So I simply logically understood that my responsibility should be limited. Limited to my powers to act and remedy. If I don't have the power to act and remedy what it is that I want to fix, then I will feel not guilty or bad or responsible for it in the majority of the cases. And there will be some cases that I cannot help it, I'll always suffer. But in majority of the cases, and including the parents' cases, when we know that our intention is positive for them, we want them to be healthy and be around and be with us. But we can't because we don't have the power. We haven't been given the power. So I've been given the emotion and sensitivity for it, but I haven't been given the power for it to fix it. That's unfair. That means I cannot be expecting myself to do something that I'm not given the power and the equipment to do it. So whoever has been responsible for that, gave me the emotion but not the power to fix it, I'm just not going to follow that. I'm just going to say, if I don't have the power to fix it, I'm not going to feel too bad and responsible. I have to accept. I have to accept that this is what this bloody life is. I can't fix it because I don't have the power. Not that I don't want to, I don't have the power. So not having the power, wanting to fix something, is just going to make me suffer. And why should I suffer? Why? If I suffer, I become depressed and I can't even do that little bit that I can do for them. So at that point, I decided that I'm not going to feel responsible. I would have to eventually not become bigger than God and say, I don't have the power. I can't do anything about it. I have to accept that they will eventually might go. And that's not because I want it, far from it, but because I'm not being given the power to do something about it. Therefore, I have to accept, because that means there's something bigger than me out there. If it was up to me, I'll say, oh, they should be healed and stay. If it's not up to me, I don't have that power, then I don't have that power, because even I can go. So if that's the case, I have to accept this is for all of us. It's not just me or my parents or this and that, but it's for all of us. So reluctantly, I had to accept. That's all. That's all. That's good, Gavin. Doing meditation is good. At least it makes you feel not alone and connected. And we got to be connected to something real. Not an idea, but something real. So that's good. That's good. You're quite welcome, Carpe Diem. Quite welcome. My pleasure. It's one of those things that we are all in it. No escaping from it. So you're not responsible for it. God is. Whatever is out there. One calls it nature, one calls it God, one calls it universe, energy. Whatever is out there responsible for us being here is responsible, not me. And it's not about relinquishing the responsibility and feel good about it. It's just about, I have no choice. I have to face it. It's not my wish. I don't have the authority. I don't have the power. Hence, it's not on me. Even when I go, it's not on me. So that's what I have to say about that. Gavin says, Mehran, you skipped my question. Did I? Yeah, no, there was no question. You said, but I feel this way a lot during this week. Yeah, I read it. And then you said, I've been doing meditation. Yeah, there was no question. You just confirmed that you feel this way, what I was talking about. There's no question, Gavin. Looks like it's a little bit missing this, I believe, yeah? Why don't you put the helmet on and I'm gonna just First you forget about the timing and then you say I didn't say it. It's one chop. And then you say you forgot my question. There's no question. Second chop. So in other words, chop chop. Carpe Diem says, how can one slowly build self-confidence? Just one moment, Carpe Diem. I gotta whack Gavin's head a couple of times because he's giving me heat. When if you read it back, you'll see that there's no bloody. What do you suggest to fix this? There was no such thing. Read the damn thing. No soup for you. Don't you guys see the same screen that I see? The writings are limited here, but you know why? I think because you're using capital letters. Turn it to small, small cap, and maybe you'll have more space. Maybe that's the problem. So getting back to Carpe Diem, and then we get back to Gavin. When you bloody fix that, Gavin says, how can one slowly build self-confidence? You know, in order to build self-confidence, people focus about doing amazing things to build confidence because they've accomplished this, accomplished that. That's how they think they can get confidence. But it's simpler than that. All you have to focus is that confidence, why should I not have confidence? For what reason? If I was living in an island and there was only the kind of food that I would catch and eat, would I feel that my food is not good enough? That was the only food. There was no restaurant around to say, oh yeah, that chef has cooked this, and compare that dish with mine. So my dish would always be great. The problem is we don't look at ourselves as one exclusive dish. We think that we're just run of the mill and we gotta compare myself with that hamburger joint and that hamburger joint and that hamburger joint, that pizza place and this and that. I don't have to compare myself. Why should I compare myself with anyone? Why? Do they have my consciousness? Do they have my persona? Why do I need to compare myself or be in anyone else's books and standards measuring up to certain things that is not mine? Why can't I not just be the best I can be and measure up to what I expect and my standards are, and I am on top of the world? Nobody's better than me. Why do I need confidence? Confidence for what? Because what? Am I supposed to be taller than what I am or shorter than what I am? Am I supposed to have looked differently? Who says that that person who looks the way he or she does is what, better looking than you or me or somebody else? Who brought these standards that I'm supposed to measure up to? I have my own standards. I don't have to compare myself with anybody. I am full of confidence because nobody's like me. I am it. In fact, I love myself more than I could ever approve of anybody else's character. Never will happen. I love my own character. And that's what you should be doing. You know yourself better than anybody else. Why wouldn't you love your character? It is you. It is your persona. The most important person in your life is you. And you are telling me that the most important person in your life, you should like somebody else's character versus the most important persons in your lives, which is you? It doesn't make sense. Why would I compare myself with them? Why would I expect myself to do anything like anybody else? It's me. It's my life. It's my way of doing. And I enjoy that because that's me. Everything about me, I consider no need to be compared. I'm proud of it. Confident about it. Why not? It's me. There's only one me. Why should I have to compare or measure up to something else that is not me? I only measure up to me. That's the only important thing. So your self-confidence is within you. It's like, Austin Power was looking for his mojo all along. Fat bastard took his mojo, he thought. And at the end of the movie, he realized his mojo was always there because his mojo can live in him, and he is there. So the mojo is there. It can't go anywhere. Your confidence can live only in you. And you're there. Your confidence is there. It can't go anywhere. You don't have to go grab your confidence. You just have to recognize that you are it. As far as the world concerned, you're it. Nothing matters if you're not around. So if nothing matters if you're around, then you're the most important person in this life, which means all it matters is you as far as in connection with other things. So confidence is here because nothing else is yours, is there. So they can do whatever they want with however they, talk, think, behave. It's for them. I don't have to approve of that. So if you think that way, then you don't have to build confidence. It's there. And then, of course, by focusing and paying attention to things you want to accomplish or create or bring to fruition, you do your best. That is where confidence resides. By doing your best in whatever it is that you want to accomplish. That's all. Not doing it as bad or as good as that person over there. I don't know who they are. Maybe that's expertise. Maybe they're so bad at other things, but so good at that one thing that I'm not so good at it. And if I compare my worst thing with their best thing, I always feel inferior. Why should I? Stop comparing that one thing that somebody else is good at versus the one thing that you're not good at. Or the things that they're good at versus the things that you're not good at. Always compare the things that you're really good at with the things that you are not good at. That's all. That's the only comparison. Then you try to pull the things that you're not so good at by the idea, the fact that you're so good at other things. So you can be good at these things too if you want to. So always catapult yourself with your own abilities, focusing on the things that you're really good at, and get your confidence from there, rather than focusing on things that you're not really good at and then trying to say, oh, I don't have confidence. Well, listen, if I look at myself and think of myself when I'm in the bathroom and doing my business, I won't feel really that, kind of a sophisticated one, right? But why should I be thinking about my confidence level about when I'm in most vulnerable and I have to go throw up or do my business in the bathroom? Why don't I just focus on when I'm, writing something or reading something or learning something or drinking tea or sitting and enjoying the nature? And when I'm in good spirit, you can see that the confidence is there. You only feel you don't have confidence when you're focusing on one things or things that you're not so good at. Why should you focus on those? Focus on the things that you are good at. You will see the confidence is already there because you feel good about thinking about the things that you're good at. And then try to do your best to bring the other stuff that you're not good at and you want to be good at it, pay more attention to it, and through exercise and through repetitious, you become good at that too. But don't think it's confidence is something you got to go get it. It's already there. Just stop comparing. Stop comparing. Stop comparing anything with anybody, and definitely not the one thing that they're good at with the things that you're not good at. Well, that's not a way of comparing. Everybody will feel, oh, I don't have confidence because you're comparing what you're not good at with somebody's way of that they're good at something. Well, what about what you're good at and what they're not good at it? Then you're on top then. So stop comparing. Things will work out in your own mind much better. Yeah, don't stop being your own critic. Why should you? Why should you? Are you working for somebody else to make them feel good by being your own critic? Oh, stop it. None of us are perfect. None of us living or coming from an absolute universe. So we're in a relative world. We can be good at something and not so good at something else. That's normal. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah? So chill out, for heaven's sake. There it is. Donna says, good Arvo, everyone. Female, 43, Melbourne, Australia. Good Arvo to you as well. And Donna says, how as subscribers can we get an alert to when your talks are on YouTube? Other channels I'm subscribed to have an alert. I believe somebody is out there to simply destroy my channel. I think I should have a bell there somewhere on my videos, and when there is a bell, like it says subscribe.
Hey, what's going on, money?
And it says subscribe, and there's a bell. Well, there's no bell here, is there? I can't see a bell for me, or maybe I can't see it. Let's see if I can see it on somebody else's channel. Because I thought I have a bell. I guess I don't, huh?
Sorry.
All right, yeah. Beside the subscribe button, other channels have a bell. Do I have a bell? Do you guys see a bell? Beside my... Oh. Do you guys see a bell beside my channel? My subscribe button on my channel? You're quite welcome, Carpe Diem. My pleasure. Do you guys see, if you go on one of my videos, any of my videos, right now, if you could kindly check for Donna. If you go on one of my videos, and Carpe Diem says there is a bell next to subscribe. Okay, then. Thank you very much for that, Carpe Diem. So, Donna, right beside the subscribe button on any of my videos, to the right of it, I think, there is a little bell. You're supposed to ring the bell, click on the bell, and then it will probably give you some options. And I think you're supposed to pick always or something, or specific always or something like that. And then that should let you know. Donna says, Mehran, you have a bell, which I pressed a long time ago. Did you press, did it give you a choice? Like, apparently it's not just pressing it, it's also pressing it for like the word always or something of that sort. Otherwise, you won't necessarily. I don't know. It's weird. They're supposed to make it easy. It should be automatic. Everybody should get a notification that in the channel that they subscribe to is live. Whether they clicked on the bell or they didn't, who cares? I mean, really, honestly. But I think that's the ticket for that. That's the trick for that. Donna says, okay, I have the bell at personalized, but we'll change it to all. And there it is. Carpe Diem also says the same thing. It says, press it and select all. Aha, there we go. When you personalize, then there must be a library that opens up that you can choose which ones you want, and then you could choose mine as well, if that's the case. I don't know how it works. I've never seen it, but maybe all is safe. But for your information, we plan to have one daytime live stream on Saturday, 1 p.m. Vancouver time, and one nighttime live stream on Saturday, same day, our time, 9 p.m. Vancouver time. I purposely did that for meeting the subscribers in Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, Singapore, Philippines, and then India, Pakistan, Iran, UAE, you know, Asian countries and Australia. And then during the day, we'll have, you know, the one for North America and Europe. Gavin says, Gavin doesn't say anything. Gavin, turn the cap option off, make it small, so it will actually, then you can type more. You know, Carpe Diem, I thought they would just make it easy. When you click on the bell and then it's all done. But somehow they're not good at informing anyone anyhow. You know, it's not like, even if you push that, they still may not carry on the info, the alert. Gavin says, Mehran, I got through up and down all of the time during the week. One day I felt good, next day I felt down. I know it's normal to feel this way sometimes, but I feel it's more often than normal. If you really focus, Gavin, there is no reason for you to actually want that girl or be down at all. But the way that it happens is like you bring that topic to your attention and then you react to it. Because you can't expect, if you bring, let's say, I don't know, greasy corn dog at a carnival, if you bring it to your nose, you can't expect not to smell it. Because that's what your nose is there, to smell it. And if you bring it too often, then you'll have that feeling of, I don't like it, man, because you've had it. You've had a couple and you're full, but you still keep bringing it into your nose, and that smell is going to make you feel uncomfortable. It's not because you know, I don't know, you have special feelings toward that corn dog. You just are fed up with it, but you still bring it up. So it's going to affect you because your sensories will take a whiff of it. And whether you're hungry, you'll like it. If you're not, you won't like it. So it depends on the interval of it. In other words, in the case of your memory, if you don't think about her, you won't be reacting to it. So you won't be down or up because of her. But the problem is not that you feel up or down during the problem is that you bring it up to your mind, you go into the memory, and you think about it. And when you think about it, thought makes you react. So the question is, why would you think about it? Because you probably haven't sorted out that it is not you, it's the ego. You don't have anything to do with it. You actually, logically, you don't want her. But the ego says, but you know, she did this, and you must feel this. No, I don't have to feel that way. I can care less. I can actually don't give a shit what thought shows up in my head, whether it's about the ex or whether it's about whatever else it could be. I don't care. I don't have to care. But you think you have to care. So you go to fight. Just say, okay, I recognize that thought of her is in my head. Big deal. I don't give a shit about her. So you move on. That's it. But you stay there and entertain it and try to teach it a lesson to the thought of her that came to your mind. You want to teach it a lesson. The more you grapple with it, the more it's staying and the more it starts stinking. You know, it's like the old saying that the more you stare up shithole, the more stink comes up. The more you leave it alone and recognize, oh, there's a shithole. Okay, thank you. I'll move over there. So if a thought of her shows up that the ego says, oh, go after it. Show her who the boss is. Where? She doesn't even exist. It's past. It's gone. It's X. But the ego and the thought and the brain don't understand actuality or factuality or virtuality. They think, oh, it's thought, so do something. It's alive. It's not alive. It's dead. So you just pay no attention to it. Don't follow your ego. Say, shut up. I have no time for that. I'm bigger than that to think about her. Then you move on. If you keep doing that, you will rewire yourself through neuroplasticity. And you will always be dealing with such thoughts showing up in that way. You don't have to mess with it. You don't have to take them seriously. You don't have to pay attention to such thoughts about her. Just say, hey, get off of it. I have no interest. Move on. That way, you become the boss. But now your ego is the boss. Every time you have to please the ego. So I got to go fight. I got to tell a few things to her in my mind. No, you don't. She's not even part of your life. The ego is not your life either. It's just some bloody programming that is you've been conditioned to follow and comply to. Don't. Spit on it. Move on. You're the boss. And you got to treat yourself that way. Yeah, you're psychologically drained because you give a shit. You shouldn't. Who are you talking to when thought of your ex comes to your mind? Just say, oh, fuck off. Just move on. See, there's no existence of her. Who are you trying to fix? In your thoughts, in your memory, you're trying to go back in there and fix how you handled it or you didn't handle it or what she did or she didn't do in the framework of your memory, which is all past and the past is dead and none of them exist. So what are you trying to fix? Something that doesn't exist? Why don't you grab a hold of your life and move on and enjoy your life? Say, fuck it. I don't have to deal with that because there's nothing to deal with. The whole thing is gone and dead. So what am I going into the memory? To prove to what? To my own memory? I'm in my memory doing some shit and arguing and data hunting and debating so I can prove to my own dead memory that I did something to something that doesn't exist. How fucked up is that? You need to see it in this way, then you move on. Don't give a shit. That's my final What was it? My final answer. Yeah, that's my final answer. Anjuka says hello. Hello, Anjuka. Anjuka says, do you know what to do if you're fat and are sad? Are you actually serious? Because why should you be sad if you're fat? Why? You enjoyed all the food that you ate, and all you have to do is get on a regimen of exercise and burn the energy. Spend more energy than you take in energy. Do that for 5-6 months. You're going to be just perfect. And before we go there, you got to let me know your age, gender, and where you're tuning in from, if you don't mind. Thank you. And Donna says, thank you, Donna. Thank you, Donna, for that. Gavin says, thank you. You're welcome. And always remember, if that didn't work, there's always my little friend. Yeah, just remember that. That can shake something out of you, yeah. Get you back on the road. And Orlando Osuna says, Orlando Osuna 43, mail from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hello, Orlando. Good of you to join us. Bit by bit, we're being found. We're up to 6 now. So we haven't been totally forgotten. Well, anyhow, we've got another 5 minutes to go, guys. So remember, we promised 1 hour. Every time we have more than 30 people, we can go a little bit longer, but up to 30, we keep it at 1 hour. You know what I feel like after my live stream? I feel like watching a real nice soccer game. Some nice European soccer game. I've missed that. I haven't done that for a long time. Donna says, oh, okay. Donna doesn't say. Donna says to Orlando. Orlando says, Mehran, I've had serious relationships since my 20s. I haven't been able to find someone to be with. I want a companion. My problem is that I can't find girls with good values. Well, it's not that you can't find girls with good values. It's that if you have updated your values, the values have changed. It's like becoming like fashion. They change as per what is being promoted heavily. Values are now picked up mostly from movies and from actors and actresses and their lifestyle, because they carry a certain power, because they have money and they have glamour or whatever. They have got toys to play with, and people have interpreted life as a place where the more toys you have, the more you're getting out of life. And since these people have toys, cars and house and money. So they carry a certain kind of a power in becoming a role model, so to speak. So they modify the values, because people make a mistake, think that they can't have all those goodies and make good money if they if they keep their own good old values. They think their values should change too in order to make money. No, it doesn't. You can be who you are and then still make lots of money, have toys that you like. But they adopt this behavior and this mentality of these famous people, which they are mostly irresponsible, and then they copy them, and then they say, and then we see that the good old fashioned values, that many of them were great even to this date, they result in the stability of a relationship and so on, don't exist anymore. Why? Because the boys and girls who watched all these famous, so-called famous people, they bought into this shit, that they should also behave irresponsibly or not believe in things that really brings solid situations and cohesiveness in relationships. They can just do whatever they do because they see they do. And that has become, our lives has become what is being shown out there on TV and movies, and who's paying attention, what kind of news is paying attention to whose lifestyle, and then most people go and follow that or wish for that, or at least copy that in whatever small version of it they can incorporate it in their own lives. And that's why then we end up having values that are out of whack. So, but don't lose hope. Keep looking. There are people out there, but you got to compromise a little bit too. You can't be so like really, really old-fashioned stuff, which many things were wrong with the old-fashioned stuff anyhow, but many things were good about it. And today, many things are wrong about today's stuff, and then there's some good things about it. So find your balance in there and, you know, figure it out. But don't be so you know, so focused on absoluteness. Maybe they don't exist, but you still have to go through this journey and find the best thing you can find, given the fact that what's out there. And who knows, maybe many girls and women are also saying the same thing about guys, because the values change for both of them. They're both subjected to be influenced by all these nonsense that is going around, some good, some bad. All right. All right, Orlando. That's funny. Oh, excuse me. Carpe Diem says, would anyone be open to have Zoom sessions once a week? We can all meet and one another and give support, and Mehran can see us too. Thoughts? Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that idea. Orlando says that's a cool idea. Donna says, Carpe Diem, dead set. Yeah, I'm up for that. Carpe Diem says you can always cover your cam if you don't want to show your face. No pressure. Yeah, that's true. And Donna says, Mehran looks like you're going to need our email address to do Zoom with us. Yeah, if you guys all say okay, then yeah, I would. Maybe Skype has that feature too. I gotta look into it. I think they have that feature, but I'll check both of them and get back to you guys next week. Yogi says, hello Mehran, Canada, male, Calgary. Hello Yogi. Says, I have a question. Are you planning to have a seminar in Calgary anytime soon? No, Yogi, because nobody has invited me, and these things need organizational skills, many people should gather. I guess they should cover the costs, so they should, you know, I guess promote it and so on. And definitely nowadays, nobody can travel anyhow. I mean, if they do, it's kind of risky thing the way they have brainwashed us for now. So I really don't know. No plans for that at all. But that was the whole idea. But let's fry the fish that we got right now, and that is get the channel, you know, populated. I guess when I hit 1 million or 2 million subscribers, or at least 500,000-600,000 subscribers, then it would be time to discuss some projects like this. But at this point, hardly anybody knows me, you know, so. Orlando says Google has that feature too for free. Okay, I will check it out. I will check it out. Maybe that would be a way for us to break grounds on this front. Well, guys, it's 4 minutes after our time, so it's time for me to say I love you all. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. And there are a couple of very nice questions, a few very nice questions, and I'm glad that we were able to discuss it all, explore it all together. So I look forward to talk to you next Saturday. Remember, next Saturday, 9 p.m. Vancouver time, 9 p.m. Vancouver time. And no longer weekdays, just Saturday. We have 2 programs on Saturday, 2 live streams, one on 1 o'clock Vancouver time, p.m., and one 9 o'clock p.m. Vancouver time for different time zones. So 1 o'clock for Europe and North America and South America, and 9 o'clock for Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, Singapore, Philippines, Indonesia, India, Pakistan, UAE, Iran, and everywhere else. And Carpe says, thank you for your time. You're quite welcome. So, again, I look forward to talking to you next week. In the meantime, be good to yourself and to the others. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.